what's going on, guys? Brian here. We're hopping right on into it here. Very, very excited about this sponsored content. Hanging out with my friends over here at Cress. Check this out. We're gonna do a little battery demo. I'm super pumped about this. Holger, how are you?
Doing well, brother. How are you?
Doing great. What are we doing today?
Today we're going to work with a little bit of the cyber system here from Kress. The core of the cyber system is the cyber tank, which is your fuel gauge, is your fuel, and the cyber, the batteries that go with that. And that allows you to run all day with your power on the go. These batteries within the cyber system will charge in 8 minutes, including the 11 amp hour backpack battery.
All right, so here's the deal. Number one, first off, thank you for the Crest team for partnering up with us to check out this content for the next couple of weeks. We got a couple more videos to come down the pike. Yeah. Number two, so many of you guys have been asking to see more of the Crest commercial battery platform. A lot of you guys over the next couple of years, whether you have to because of legislation, or if you're just interested in kind of going a little bit more green or having a battery alternative, or just getting rid of fuel, have expressed a lot of interest. Not everybody, I totally understand. There's a lot of petrol, gas, diehard enthusiasts out there, myself included. But a lot of you guys are interested in the battery platform. And Crest, from my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best, commercial option. In fact, I think your guys' branding is the only commercial option out there for the landscaper. Here's where the rubber kind of meets the road. This last spring, a lot of you guys saw that Crest demo day where we went down to beautiful North Carolina and checked out all the products. One of the things there is that they had mentioned that they do is it a 2-week challenge?
A 2-week trial, 10-day trial, where we will equip a landscaper, their trailer, with our equipment, replace all the gas equipment on that trailer, and let them run for a couple of weeks. And if they like the product, they're welcome to purchase it. If not, it comes back.
So check that out. So talk about putting your money where your mouth is and somebody who believes in the product. I don't know anybody else offering that. And so when I heard about that in March, what do you think I said? Bet. I said, if that's the case, let's link up together. Give me one of these trailers. We're gonna put it into real world use and real world application for you guys. One thing I'll show you maybe on the second half of this vlog is for the last 2 weeks, Holger, per your guys' suggestion, we've tracked down every time we filled up our trimmers, edgers, and blowers. We've got a whiteboard. Yep. We've tracked how much fuel we've used. We have all the receipts for what we paid for the fuel. And so we're going to try to do our best. I'm not an engineer, I'm not an accountant or a mathematician here, but we're going to do our best to show you guys real numbers, real world use, real world application. Right. Is that fair? So I'm going to do my best to bring this to you guys. If you appreciate any of this, big thumbs up. Again, I just want to help you guys make the best buying decisions out there and give you guys the best I can with information on the product. So what do we got going on here?
All right. Well, as I said, there are the heart of the product is the cyber tank. This will charge in 4 hours in your shop. At the end of that 4 hours, you can have the batteries in it as well. It's good to go. We do have a battery. We have a power management system also that you can plug 4 of these in to a 15 amp outlet. And when the first one is 80% charged, it'll start feeding the second one. When that one's done, second one's at 80%, it'll go to the third one. So on a single 15 amp outlet, you don't have to rebuild your charging infrastructure for our product. We're all based off of one very simple system. The batteries here, the 11 amp hour and the 4 amp hour, will charge in this fast charge port in 8 minutes. So if you've got your backpack blower, which is the most power hungry device in anything, whether it's gas or battery, and by the time you reach your next job, your battery's full already. So generally with this system, if you have a crew of 2 people, you only need 4 batteries. We'll usually run 2 11 amp hour batteries and 2 4 amp hour batteries. There are other options based on each individual landscaper's needs on what they're doing. But that's the heart of the system.
All right, so really quick, Holger, I got to interrupt you. Here's where this really caught my attention, the Crest platform that we saw about 2 years ago at Equip Expo. And by the way, a lot of you guys going to Equip Expo probably saw their booth. If you haven't, you need to make sure you go check it out. The battery takes 8 minutes to charge for the backpack leaf blower. So it takes about 10 or 12 minutes on like full blow, full trigger to drain that battery.
All right.
So the idea here, and hear me, especially if you're pursuing a battery platform, you're never going to use it faster than you can charge it.
Correct.
All right, so talk to me about that, because that's huge.
Right. Well, a lot of battery platforms right now, much like the early electric cars, landscapers have what they used to call range anxiety. They had to make sure they had enough batteries to get them through the day because they really didn't have a mobile charging option, or run a generator, which really defeats the purpose of having a battery powered equipment with you. With that rapid charge time, when you go from one job to another, you have proper battery management. You're moving those batteries in and out of the charger when they need to be. You're never going to be out of power, your entire crew.
Yeah, and the solution isn't buying 100 extra batteries that are floating around. I've seen other brands, and that's totally fine. That's their solution to this problem. With Crest, you can just have the rapid charge system, and that's why the Cyber Tank is the crux of this whole platform.
Correct. There are other battery options as well. There is, for example, a smaller version of the Cyber Tank that uses a larger capacity lithium battery pack. So if you're a small one-man person in a truck moving from place to place, you can charge about 5 of the 4 amp hour batteries from one of these in the smaller Cyber Tank.
Oh, is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Financially, if you can't invest in something like this, we get that. We came up with this solution to help cover that.
There you go.
Yeah. Take this on the go. For a golf course, they can put this in a golf cart and the crew can take it with them, or single person truck can take this and just cycle these batteries through this. Now on the small battery, this will charge this 4 amp hour battery in about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all. So yeah, so we have a solution for the large landscaper that's got a 2 or 3, 4-man crew, as well as a single landscaper, or again, golf courses taking their charging system with them in a golf cart.
Now, one question I have for you, Holger, is how do I charge the Cyber Tank overnight? I know you said you don't have to change the platform for like our existing power supply or whatnot, but is it just like a 110 outlet, or how does this work?
Just a 110 outlet. I have this plugged into my trailer. There is another outlet on the outside of the trailer. So when you have this, you can pull into wherever you're going to be storing it. Just do one plug on the outside there, and it will plug this. It will charge this from 0 to 100%. in about 4 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. And cost to charge this over a year, depending on the market, depending on the cost of energy, and depending on the length of the season. Around here, if you're paying about 9 cents per kilowatt hour, this to charge 5 times a week, 0 to 100 for 1 year is about $100.
Holy cow. Okay.
Right. So imagine your fuel costs for 1 year for all of your equipment, about $100.
So the idea is invest up front,
right,
and then you have a marginal expenses over monthly or weekly use.
Absolutely. We find on average, after somebody invests in the system, if we do an ROI on that, you make that back in about 3 years, and then after that, imagine your equipment and your energy costs only being $100 a year for your crew.
Okay, fair enough. Let me ask you this really quick, Holger, because this was, everybody wants real world use. And again, I know we're giving you guys a lot of the data here. We'll jump into it and start using this stuff in the field. But for anybody that's out there, who is using this? Give me some testimonies, success stories. I love hearing that stuff. When I was down in North Carolina, there was a couple big outfits somewhere off the North Carolina coastline that were using these. Some of the big outfits, like 10, 20, $50 million companies. Yeah. I'm not sure if you're allowed to drop names and all that, but tell me a little bit, who's using this out there?
Oh, there's a wide range of people. We have municipalities that are buying into the system, as well as our robotic mowers, which we also do. We have a number of park systems that are getting into it. I've had from park systems in my area, Grand Rapids, to Lansing in the area here. Ann Arbor, as we know, there's a lot of legislation happening in Ann Arbor, so Ann Arbor's looking at the product for their crews, as well as all the crews they contract. And golf courses throughout the country, it's exploding on the West Coast, obviously, with all the mandated restrictions. But we're finding that when a landscaper, even who is hesitant in getting into the battery because of prior experience, when they start working with the Crest product, they find out the power it has and how easy it is to manage the batteries. They're adopting, even when they thought they wouldn't.
There you go.
We're trepidatious originally.
Fair enough. All right. You want to talk product?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm following you. Where are we going?
All right. Well, we're going to start with one of the things you guys use the most, and that's going to be a trimmer. Now, all of our tools, if you're data driven, which I know you are, Brian, all of our tools are Internet of Things. So when you connect the battery, it communicates with the tool, that communicates with the Cyber Tank, and you can get a feel if there's any error codes, how many hours you have on the tool. And when you power on a tool, let me drop the battery in here. Just grab one of the smaller nanos. and power the tool on, you have several options. It tells you your battery level as well as your power level. And when you, I always recommend when you start using a tool, use it on the lowest power level. Instead of always mashing the trigger, which is what we're taught when we use gas power equipment. The higher RPMs give us the most efficient runtime on two-stroke, also give us the most power. Battery, that's not the case at all. You've got power in the entire range. So I will instruct people when they're starting to learn this equipment to use it on the lowest power setting first, and then kind of work up if they need it. This trimmer, when I think you were doing that in Charlotte, they were cutting up hay bales with this trimmer. So there's plenty of power there. There's definitely power to spare. So start on the lowest setting. If you need to get into the weeds, bring the power up a little bit.
Fair enough.
That's going to give you the best experience as far as your battery life goes. The triggers also are variable. So you have a tremendous amount of control on the power of the tool. Again, you're not just mashing the trigger, going full power when you don't need to.
There you go.
And that's critical. Use the power you need when you need the power.
There you go. So. And full commercial design. I remember them highlighting this. I remember Aaron on our last video talking about that.
Yep.
Oversized loop handle. You got your trimmer guard, your bump head. Pretty much standard, commercial trimmer.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, it feels like a commercial tool in your hands. It doesn't feel, a lot of the battery powered stuff feel a little plasticky to some people. Yeah. Yeah, this actually feels like a commercial tool, and it's warranted like a commercial tool.
Okay.
The battery system that we have is warranted for 6 years or 3,000 charge cycles.
Wow.
Most lithium batteries have a charge cycle of about 300. There are some exceptions to that with some of the brands out there. But normally will not exceed a 2-year warranty on most other battery platforms. Ours, again, 6-year warranties or 3,000 charge cycles. Most people hit the 6 years, and because they're Internet of Things, you can actually monitor which batteries are being used most and cycle through them so you're getting the most out of each of your batteries. And if something happens in 5.5 years, your battery is down to 79%, we give you a new battery.
There you go. Wow.
So
awesome.
We really stand by the product.
All right. There you go.
The warranty on the tools is 3 years commercial use, which again is more than standard. Any gas stuff is not going to give you that kind of warranty.
No gas stuff is doing that. I've got brands that we work with, and they're great and they're fine, but the engines last about 12-18 months maybe.
Right.
But anyway, that's one other point.
Then we have a front motor trimmer, which is a lot lighter. One of the things that you will notice with most of the battery power tools is they are a little heavier. They are a little heavier because of the capacity. We have to go a little heavier on the batteries to make sure that we had a usable life out of the tool. We developed the front motor for balance and weight. So now you've got a little more weight here, you've got battery weight here, it's very well balanced, especially with the nano battery in it. Amazing, it's really easy. We also build in shoulder strap hooks for that in pretty much all of our commercial tools. And that can be used, or you can take even more weight off the product and use a backpack battery holder. Put either the big backpack battery in there or the 4 amp hour. That comes with a puck you just slide into the tool, and you're taking more weight off your hands that way.
There you go.
So I also set you up with a couple edgers. And again, tell your crew, start on level 1 on this.
Okay.
If you go to 3 and start using it, it is going to run away from you.
Sure.
It is an absolute beast. 1 is going to have all the power you need, especially when you're maintaining edges. Even when you're cutting some overgrowth, the first power level is going to be plenty.
Okay.
When you get into a lot of thick overgrowth coming onto a sidewalk or a curb, then you might want to bring the power up a little bit.
Fair enough.
But for the most part, you're going to use the lowest power setting on this almost always.
There you go. Looking good, looking good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hedge trimmers, the handheld, and again, really beefy, commercial quality tool. One of the things you'll find on the battery powered that you won't find is the ability to shift that handle both 90 and 45 degrees. So if you're doing long hedges like this, it's a much more comfortable. Safety on here, if one hand leaves this for safety, the blades are going to shut down.
Sweet.
You also have a long reach down on the bottom here.
There you go.
So you guys will be set for any of that you're going to do. In the blowers, we have both the handheld 850 CFM and a handheld, which is the most powerful handheld blower you can buy.
Yeah, in my opinion, that's almost double from what I've seen out there in other brands. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 850 is more than a lot of backpack blowers out there. So, and then I've got 2 backpack blowers for you. Those are 900 CFM. So plenty of power.
Awesome. All right. Well, Holger, thanks for the time, brother. Super pumped up about this.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Well, quick little change of plans here with the guys. Let's get going. Hey, can I stop you really quick?
What's that?
Hey, can I stop you really quick?
Go for it.
What's your thoughts so far? You guys have been using the Crest stuff for 2.5 days.
Straight up, I've never been a battery guy, but this is the first type of battery equipment I've used that I actually almost prefer the battery edger and stuff like that over the 2-stroke, especially just because the instant torque.
You liking it?
Yeah, I love this thing, man.
Okay, fair enough. I picked up the other one, so I'm about to start rocking that. How's the battery charge lasting?
I was about to say, this is probably gonna be the real tester for us, but I've been able to edge like pretty decent properties and only use about like 1 bar half.
How many bars do you get, or how?
So you get, was it 5 bars?
Okay.
So yeah, I've gotten down to like 3, but I don't think I've ever actually made one die yet, even with the blowers, everything. So.
Okay, cool. This is one of our larger HOAs. It's probably 6 or 7 acres, I guess.
Yeah.
Plus or minus. And so that's like kind of the real world test and use on this with trimmers and edgers. So I'm excited about putting that one to the ringer. What are you doing for charging battery? I'm sure a lot of folks have that question. Mark, are you taking the battery off and throwing it on the charger in between lawns, or what are you guys doing? Or maybe...
So basically, like the second I'm done using this battery with this edger, just drop it straight into the thing, exchange it, pull one out, put that in, start using it. So it's just a constant cycle. Even if they're not fully dead, just throw them on, charged up in 5 minutes, ready to go.
There you go, there you go. We have not got to our residential route yet.
No.
We were about a day behind, real time filming this, a day and a half behind.
Yeah.
We had the drop off on Monday that cost a couple of hours, which is fine, but then we lost all day Tuesday to rain at the time of this recording. So we're good day and a half behind.
Yeah.
So we'll give you the residential update in a day or so here and let you guys know how it's working. And then we can get more of like a residential use, let you guys know how long a battery goes, like how many lawns that we get. Again, we're cutting subdivision homes in Metro Detroit, Michigan. So maybe 2-3 lawns per battery. I don't know. If it's more than 2,
I think you could go like almost, as long as it's not like a corner lot, I think you can go 3-4.
3-4?
Yeah.
Anything over 1.
Dude, anything over 1.
No, I'm not saying any names, but anything over 1 is already an improvement on other battery platforms. So anyway, we didn't say that part out loud. All right, cool. Well, having fun here. And again, shout out to the Crest team for letting us demo the trailer. It's over there, so we're pulling that thing around town and got both rigs, just kind of hopscotching around. I'll let you get back to it. I'm grabbing the other edger and let's get back to it. All right, well, a little transition here. I just got done doing the edging on the sidewalk. Again, we got about 2 miles of sidewalk on this site, so did about a mile of that, marked the other half. So one thing I will say is that my arm is a little sore because that is definitely a little bit heavier. But then again, I do have that big beefy battery on there, not the little smaller battery. But again, I'm still learning about which one's even the quick rapid charge. So hopefully we'll continue to learn and I'll piece it all together, right? The performance is there though. Mark said use it on its lowest setting. I used it on its second setting and it was plenty of power. And I went through some rough stuff on the outside curb, roadside, and I didn't even have to do second or third setting. So that's good to know. Looking good. So I was asking Mark, I'll get your thoughts too. What first initial impressions? We got a day and a half. What's your thoughts?
Actually quite impressed with everything.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Mark said the same thing. I said, don't make me drop whatever it is, 10, 20 grand to keep this whole thing.
No, honestly, I'm actually very surprised with the actual performance of everything.
Yeah.
And then the actual battery life as well. But it's just
keeping
not
up.
as big of a problem as I thought it was going to be.
Well, that's what I told Mark. I said, if the units don't keep up, throw them in there and the demo's over because we'll just go back to the gas. Because at the end of the day, we run a business. We have to make money. We have to make hours. And even if we do the social thing, like we still have to run a real company. I can't have guys just out for an extra 10 hours for the week just to demo some product. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, yeah.
So overall, is it heavier than a Red Max blower? That's what we're used to, Red Max 8560s.
Honestly, Maybe slightly lighter, about the same. I can't really.
It's supposedly
tell too
a pound or two heavier.
Okay. I was gonna say, for me, it probably depends, you know, if you have maybe a full tank, maybe that's what this feels like.
Okay.
Compared to like that being empty.
Yeah.
I don't see too big of a difference myself, but only thing for me is I can just tell the tube is shorter, and just being a tall guy with long arms, I got little T-Rex arms when I'm blowing now.
Yeah.
I can't really, like, you know, stretch my arm out as much.
Okay. Is it adjustable?
I don't.
Yeah, this is,
that one?
you can do this as a clamp.
Well, look at that. You learn something new every day.
Well, that's why I'm here, brother. There you go. Alrighty, all right. If it fits, it chips.
That is a lot better than
that's why I'm here, brother. That's why I'm here. Hey, I heard a guy say once, he goes, I taught you everything you know, but not everything I know. I use that one with Liz. Usually it's the other way around. But we just use the edgers. Good property to use them on. I mean, we got 2 miles of sidewalk.
Anywhere's gonna, you know, test them, this would be the place.
This would be the place.
Did the batteries hold up all the way?
Yeah, I've got, actually, no, I didn't even check the battery at the end. Let's go check that out really quick. I know I used at least 1 dot. I looked down.
But you didn't have to, like, change throughout, right?
No.
See, that to me is already surprising.
You can do...
I was already guessing that if anything, we might go through, like, 1 battery here.
Right.
And have to switch it and then, like, maybe go through a dot or something like that. But for it not to use the whole thing, that's already surprising me even more.
I was just saying the same thing to Mark. I said, if we're going to use this residential later today and really tomorrow and Thursday, I want to hear back from you guys because you're going to be in the field. I got to fly out to Iowa, but I want to see how it actually works in the field doing residentials. And Mark and I were in the same agreement. If it does at least more than one lawn with a battery, then we should be fine and we should be good
definitely.
to go.
I mean, just seeing where we're at here, I think we're already good on that portion. So
I agree. And not only that, because it takes about 8 to 12 minutes a lawn, even if we only had 1 residential, we could still charge it faster than we use it.
Yep.
So that's, again, the only reason we're giving this a fair shake. So, all right, great job. This looks great, by the way. Lawn's looking good. Yeah. All right, Ryan's just blown off.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got it.
Oh, you got the Boulevard? All right, cool. Hey, you need to take the battery off so you can, or the backpack off to restart? No, you just hit the button, Mark. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today's vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all of this. I'm not sure where all this content is. We might actually still be part of that trailer setup video. I wanted to just include some footage of us actually using the product. We're going to keep you guys posted as we use more of it over the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned to that. And I'll plug links in the description for everything down below. If you guys want to check out more from Cress and even reach out to their team to get that trailer demo in your neck of the woods, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, all you guys go into Equip Expo, check out the Crest booth there, and I'm sure I'll see you guys hanging around in that environment. It's going to be awesome. All right, over now, guys. Catch up with you. Drop a big like if you enjoyed the video. We'll catch up with you on the next one.